and welcome to Sons of Olympia. I'm Matt.
And I'm George, and we're brothers.
And our parents are Olympians.
Yes, we are two sons from Olympian parents who have failed to fulfill their genetic potential.
And like all underachieving children, we've decided to start a podcast. And this is episode 4, baby.
4. This is the first episode that we've recorded since we've gone live. So our first episodes are up.
Oh,
how's it feeling, Matt, to be a podcaster?
I know. It's quite a nerve-wracking experience, isn't it? Putting yourself out there, sure. Sharing our story, being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Which we are.
I was a bit worried. When we didn't hear from mum and dad for the first couple of hours, I was like, oh dear.
I know. I think they like it though. They've listened to a few now. I think they're happy with it.
Yeah, they haven't kicked me out yet, so
yeah, they haven't.
Happy days.
No fact checking either. No slaps on the wrist. We don't think we get anything wrong. Although I think episode 2 we said that the heptathlon was 5 events. It's 7.
Yes, I picked up on that moment. I listened to it back.
Yeah. Look,
yeah,
we're not perfect.
We're going to make mistakes,
of course, but here we are.
Yeah. And those slap-ons on the wrists will come.
Or they will. Yeah. Less chat of Chris Akabusi. We will.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go into it.
Most. In fact, no. Before we go into that, I wanted to read some of our lovely comments. We've been getting comments.
Oh my gosh.
We've actually got viewer interaction that we can look back to. So I've had some just great feedback from the fam. This is fantastic. I enjoyed this a lot. Will you do a Winter Olympics episode? Well, yes, we will.
And we have.
Coming soon. We will be talking about it today. I just wanted to mention this one. JMC1 buzzing for interviews with Kathy and Big Zaddy Gary. I don't know who this person is. You might. But he said, also, you two should race each other. If we were to race, do you think there's a distance that you could beat me?
All of them. I think everything up to 1,500 meters.
You reckon?
And then I think you take over in current form.
In current form.
I think you've got maybe 400, up to 400 meters, maybe.
Yeah, I was about to say, I reckon I could get you at 8. There could be something there for future.
Oh, there's plenty there.
I don't want to do it. Yeah. But thank you very much for the great comments. We read them all. We appreciate them.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
Keep them coming. Yeah. And thank you to everyone who's listened so far. Honestly, appreciate everyone sacrificing their time to listen to this. Yeah. Maybe you've all disappeared by the time this episode airs, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, should we get into it?
Yeah. Matt, what's the most athletic thing you've done this week?
It's not great. As some listeners will know from the last episode, I'm training for a half marathon and I had to do 1 kilometer intervals, which I would never do normally. But yeah, that is athletic. One day I will say I did a backflip or a slam dunk. But yeah, that's about it. As good as it gets, unfortunately. How about yourself?
That's good, Don't want to put yourself down.
No.
1 kilometer is a long way when you're gasping.
And I was
Wait
gasping.
till you do it. Yeah. Again, I've not had a very athletic week. So I'm training for my London marathon. So it's probably going to be this Sunday long run. In fact, Saturday's workout looks awful. All sorts of different distances and speeds and intervals. Yeah. And just generally, I feel so bad at the moment. Every single run, I just feel so terrible. I've been following this GD runner plan now for like 2 months, and I just feel fatter and slower and more tired than ever before.
If anyone has
I want my money back.
Yeah, if anyone's actually improved with runner, we'd like to hear from you, because at the moment, all it's telling me is it needs to make the pace slower. So
yeah.
Anyway, there we go.
Right. What are we going to be talking about in today's episode?
Well, as we said earlier, we're going to the biggest chunk is going to be Winter Olympics, because that is on the horizon. Starts on Friday. Very exciting with the opening ceremony. But before that, I'm I'm going to talk about sibling Olympic sports news. It's not a feature that might stick around, but we're in the
I would like
trial phase
It fits.
of this podcast.
Yeah, it fits nicely. Yeah.
So I'm going to just talk about some of the general sporting news I feel we can wedge into this podcast that, is relevant.
Lovely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
News item number 1, coming hot in from Boston, the Boston Grand Prix. Heard of Josh Huey?
Who?
Huey?
Who are you talking to me?
Huey. Well,
I have not heard of him.
No, well, maybe most people haven't. Anyway, he has broke the world record for the indoor 800 meters in the Boston Grand Prix. Why is this relevant to this podcast, you might be thinking? Where's the hook? Well, he was paced by his brother, Jackson Huey, his older brother, which I think was very interesting indeed, because that's a very committed pacer. And I'm thinking, if I was pacing you, I'm in the lead, we're on world record pace, I'm just going to keep going.
No, there's a reason the pacer is the pacer. He can't hold that pace. I bet some part of him is like, and again, he will be going for it. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure that pacer's holding it as long as he can.
Yeah.
He's not just going to like peel off. Or I don't know what the rules are about these sort of things.
Well, I think I'm going to do some research after this, because I was like, I bet there's instances where pacers have just gone, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm feeling good. I was brought in as a pacer, but why can't I just carry on and win?
It happens in cycling, doesn't it? Like in the team, sometimes someone who's not meant to get the stage win or something. You know more about.
Oh yeah, in the
cycling.
breakaway. Yeah, and they just go, you know what? Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm staying out here.
Yeah.
If you're not going to catch me, might as well see how long I can last.
Yeah.
So
that's a good story.
It's a good story, and there's more to say here. So he broke the record, which had been standing for 29 years, and his time was 1:42.5. Broke it by like a few hundredths of a second. So it really did go down to the wire. And I don't think if you watch the race on YouTube, there's no way Jackson is holding on. He's absolutely blowing and peels off with like over a lap to go.
God bless you, Jackson. You did your best.
So I was looking at this and I was like, okay, well, this world record 1:42.5. The actual world record for outdoors is 1:40.91 by David Rudisha in London 2012. So quite a bit faster. And I was like, outdoors is faster. So I was like, that's interesting. But
it is
when you do a bit digging into this, there's quite a lot of reasons why. So the indoor track is 200 meters. Outdoor track is 400 meters. You need to do twice as many bends indoors as you do outdoors. And runners actually struggle to hold their speed round the bends.
Yeah.
So they're slowing down. So that is why mainly indoor times are slower. And Josh Huey, you're like, who is he? Well, why he didn't actually qualify for the last Olympics, and you're like, well, this guy's clearly very good. He's just broke the world indoor records. Why isn't he good outdoors?
Yes.
Right. I get on to Kath and Gaz. I go, look, let's hear it. How did you fare? I spoke to...
You went straight to the parents.
Why wouldn't I go straight to the fountain of knowledge?
It's just nice to have some info.
Well, so I went to them and said, what's going on here? Then, if you're good outdoor, are you not good indoor? If you're good indoor, are you not good outdoor? So anyway, there's a bit of science here. Apparently, if you're a little shorter, and you tend to be a bit better. So Dad said Todd Bennett, for example, relay runner in his Olympic silver medal relay run, shorter guy, very, very good sprinter, but very good, but maybe not the world's best. He actually broke the world record for the 400 meters indoors. And he was a shorter chap. So,
Wow.
so yeah, he was more of a specialist indoors than outdoors.
So you're telling me that these short kings can handle the corners better?
They can deal with the G's around the corners.
Yeah, exactly. They're not toppling over as they go around the bend.
Exactly. And it's why, well, one of the reasons I think why Usain Bolt didn't run that much indoors, because he's a tall guy.
He was big king.
He was a big king.
Yeah.
And big kings live outdoors. So yeah, shout out to Todd there, like, you know, on his indoor records. And it's also banked. The indoor has a bank. So if you're, Kath and Gaz said, actually, you want it to be on the outside lane, because when you peel indoors, when you peel in from the out in, you get a bit downhill. So,
like the velodrome.
Like,
this is fascinating stuff.
Yeah,
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
One thing the outdoor, I was thinking that like wind would play a part in that maybe as well.
Yeah.
If you get the wind behind you.
Yeah, there is a limit to wind though, and if you break a record for wind assistance, then it doesn't count. But yeah,
I broke records for wind.
You're always wind assisted. But yeah, there was also something when I was looking at this that air quality indoors might not be great, so as good as outdoors. So you know, not getting that crisp O2 as you're doing outdoors.
Yeah, all those like horrible fans in the stadium breathing out all the time.
Oh yeah, all the I bet the CO2 levels are higher indoors, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's item number 1. Item number 2 will be shorter, less insight there. I feel like we can call a friend of the podcast now, Ailish McColgan.
A second mention.
But if she keeps doing this, she will continue to be mentioned. Ailish McColgan reclaims the European Road 10K record. She lost it after holding it for 3 years to Jana van Lent of Belgium. But 7 days later, Ailish was like, that record's mine, baby. And she ran in Valencia and took it back. So poor Jana only held it for 7 days.
For a week, damn.
Yeah, so shout out to Ailish. I bet Michael Rimmer was very happy indeed. Previously mentioned on a podcast.
Yeah. When are you having that daughter of Olympia or son of Olympia?
Yeah, well.
But, you know, if she's still getting class records.
Yeah, last thing she needs is a baby on the way. So.
Yeah.
But we'll be the first to congratulate you, Ailish. Item number 3, which I feel is loosely related to this podcast because climbing is in the Olympics now, but maybe not this type of climbing. But Alex Honnold, you heard of him? Free climber, became famous, household name for free soloing. That means no ropes, no safety, nothing for climbing. El Capitan, very hard route in the United States of America. And he had his own film, didn't he, about that, which was very sweat-inducing. If you watch that, watching just someone climb without ropes very high up. Anyway, Alex has now turned his hand at climbing skyscrapers, in particular the Taipei 101 Tower, which was streamed live on Netflix. And he did it.
He did it.
Did you watch it?
No. What was it? Was it on like I just woke up one morning and he'd done it. I was like, oh well,
yeah, I guess it's the other side of the world, isn't it?
Yeah. So I saw a bit of discourse about this when he was doing it, and apparently when he was doing what was the rock called? El Capitan.
El Cap.
I just made that up.
El Cap.
El Cap. El Cap. El Cap. When he was free soloing El Cap, apparently he like had a team ready to film it, and they were like ready to go at a drop's notice or whatever. But he was waiting for like the conditions to be just right, and sometimes he would go and try and climb it and then be like, no, I'm not feeling it today, it's not the day, and then would like, so he was waiting for it, and people were worried that with this pressure from Netflix to do it, obviously you can't be like, not today, everybody. And people were like, oh my gosh, is this a bit much that it's going to be
pressured to do it on a certain time? Would we
see this like climbing legend potentially have some terrible incident that would be live streamed across the world. Thank God it didn't come to that, but it's pretty nuts that is.
But you
'Cause
say
Netflix.
this, so you say about, his nervousness. And I hear some stuff from the climbing community that actually climbing this tower was very easy, in fact, for him. So
I could do it.
Do it. So it took him 1 hour 31 to climb this tower, of which portions of it were like a ladder. There were a few hairy moments, I think, where he has to do an overhang or something. But for a man of his skill, no bother. But it took him almost 4 hours to do El Cap. So no wonder he was pooing his pants a little for that one. But yeah, not taken away from that, from what he did. No. But I think he was probably thinking, this is pretty easy. And he said the amount of money he got paid was embarrassing. I quote, embarrassing. Read into that what you will.
And he got the bag.
Generational wealth.
And generational wealth. Do you know what I mean? If that means, once you've done something crazy in a sport like that's just like nuts, that everyone said it couldn't be done or whatever, and he's transcended to this level of like legend in the climbing world. Do what you got to do. Do you know what I mean? Get your money. Do you know what I mean? He wouldn't have been able to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Usain Bolt went on to, I don't know, fight Jake Paul, I'd be like, yeah, go for it, mate. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah.
You've earned your right to cash out.
Exactly.
And it was still cool. It's not like he just, I don't know, down the climbing center.
Yeah, I think fair play to him. Yeah. He has got, I think he has got, well, what made this particularly controversial maybe was that he has got a kid, but I wonder what that kid will go on to do.
Yes. Will he be happy if his kid's like, I want to climb the Eiffel Tower blindfolded with just my left hand?
Yeah. And his wife is his wife is a climber as well. So good genes there.
Oh, yes. I wanted to about the free solo thing. It's interesting when there's like a category of sport that's just because you haven't got any safety stuff. It's weird that there's not are there other examples like that? I know there's not like a category of skateboarding where you don't have a helmet on. I know there is like it's like in the skating world was when I was about 15. Sidewalk magazine, shout out. But
where skill is based on almost risk, how much risk you're willing to take.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
It is weird. And I don't think that's why this free solo will never be in the Olympics, because I guess that is how much are you willing to sacrifice your life? And no, that's not really the Olympic spirit, is it?
No. And if it takes each contestant 4 hours to do.
Yeah, and how do you win? Not die.
And you can't be racing at something where like death is so.
No, this isn't Squid Games.
No.
Anyways, so that's sporting sibling news.
Nice. Why was what was the climber? Is he a sibling?
I don't know. Sporting news then.
I like it. Sporting sibling news.
Okay.
Nice. So that brings us on to the Winter Olympics, taking place very, very soon, the 6th of February to the 22nd of February. So yes, are you looking forward to it? Opening ceremonies
on Friday. Yes.
Friday.
I'll be tuning in, I think. I mean, I think I can't really remember many winter opening ceremonies that I've watched, to be honest. More, as we've mentioned before, we're more summer Olympic guys. But I will be tuning in with my popcorn.
Nice. I saw a clip on social media from, I can't remember the exact one now, but opening ceremony, snowboarder comes down and he like does a trick through the rings and they all like fireworks off. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And then when he lands, he's like, hello and welcome to the, it was Canada maybe. But I was like, that's pressure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To do a trick through the rings.
Yeah.
And what? Imagine if you fell, like opening the Olympic Games. No,
Oh,
no.
well, this is a good little lineup to some opening ceremony stories, isn't it? Because have you got many memories of opening ceremonies? Some of the iconic things or core memories?
No, I remember London. That was just we should do a whole episode just on London 2012 because
definitely. I can feel the Olympics in my bones.
Yeah, let's not get into it now.
Yeah, okay.
But that was an incredible opening ceremony.
Parachuting the
Mum
Queen.
and Dad.
Parachuting the Queen.
Yes. James Bond, Mr. Bean.
Oh, Spice Girls.
Arctic Monkeys.
What was that closing ceremony?
Chris Hoy.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad were there. They were invited to the opening ceremonies of London 2012 because they are legends.
Yeah. Too right.
Yeah. They only got a couple tickets, so
yeah, we weren't there.
But that was cool. I remember them saying, do you remember who they were sat by? At the were they? I've remembered it as they were sat next to this person.
Fill me in.
Mum, Amir Khan.
In 2012, he was the man.
I know. Mum got a selfie with him.
You mean Amir Khan got a selfie with Mum?
Yeah, what a lucky devil. But I think Mum would struggle to take a selfie now, so how she managed it in 2012?
Let's be honest, Dad took it.
Yeah. But that's very cool, yeah. Other opening ceremony stories, I feel like I do remember Beijing being cool.
Yes.
I'm not sure I remember. I think there was like a Mario Kart aspect, or would that have been Tokyo? cut this
Beijing, I think Beijing, I remember a sea of drummers. And that was very very impressive. And that stadium was amazing, wasn't it? The Bird's Nest.
Yeah.
That was very cool. And I've got some, Paris, for example, all I can really remember from Paris was a lot of rain. They sent all the athletes down the river, didn't they? And it was just long, drawn out, pissing it down.
Were you watching it with us? Did we watch it together?
I don't know.
We recorded it and we're skipping through it, and it still took about 6 frigging hours. I was like, you gotta speed this up. And there was a guy. Little quick rant here about the Paris opening. There was like an Assassin's Creed type fella who was like,
I remember
running around the route with a mask on, and everyone was like, "Who's this going to be? Who's this going to be?" And then you never found out. He never took his mask off. Maybe I'm remembering this wrong. Actually, cut this. Maybe he did take his mask off, and it was just like a nobody.
Either way, disappointing.
I just remember being furious at that, and yeah, it's nice. I like how they tried something new and did the boats, but
ultimately, it wasn't.
It didn't.
And the poor spectators who came to watch, at least when they come to a stadium, you get to see them lap around. They come down the river and you're like, okay, yeah, they're gone. And do I see that guy jumping from the roofs? No, that's in a different part of Paris. Not great. But there are other iconic moments from opening ceremony. So I'll just reel off a couple here that you might like.
Okay.
1996, Muhammad Ali lighting the Olympic torch. At this point, he's got Parkinson's, and very emotional to see him do that. Very brave, and him himself was an Olympic champion in 1960. So I think doing that is very very iconic moment for that Olympics, cool. And just all about the Olympic spirit. That is. Another great one, 1992 Barcelona.
Great year.
I think everyone remembers bits where the torch is lit. That's like everything's sort of building for that moment. Barcelona, they got a Paralympic archer to light his arrow from the stadium and fire it up to the top of the stadium where the cauldron was. Nice. And it lands in the cauldron and boof.
First try.
Well, this is what it looked like, right? And everyone's like, wow, on TV in the stadium. Wow, this is amazing. What actually happened was he lit the arrow, but fired well over the cauldron, actually, and out of the stadium into a space that had been designed, well, no one around that they knew the arrow was going to fly.
Okay.
Someone's lit the gas fuse of the cauldron on TV in the stadium. It looks like it's plopped in there and woof, but looks super cool. I mean, it would have been a very difficult shot to just land that baby in the cauldron.
Yeah. You know what? I'm okay with it.
Well, yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, you can't be shooting lit arrows in a stadium.
Yeah.
Health and safety.
But he did shoot it, I don't think you'd even get that through health and safety these days. So, and then when you mentioned earlier about the snowboarder doing a trick in an opening ceremony, well, it's not too far from what happened in 1994 at the Winter Olympics with Stein Gruben, who, for the opening of the Winter Olympics, was a ski jumper, and they lit the torch, and he's at the top of the ski jump, flies down the ski jump, and actually jumps with the flaming torch and lands it. I'm thinking when I was watching it, does he land in the cauldron or something? And woof. But no, he
sacrifice.
The ultimate sacrifice for the Olympics. But he does just land and give it to someone who then takes it somewhere else. But what's interesting, Stein was actually a very last-minute replacement for the original jumper who was injured in rehearsals. So Ole Gunnar Finstol was the original.
Perfect pronunciation.
Was the original ski jumper, but he injured himself. So Stein stepped in last minute. I'll do it. I'll take the ring.
Yeah, I will do it.
It was a bit of a shaky landing, but he did it.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, so
that's good.
We'll be there on Friday.
Yes, looking forward to it. That the end of your stories?
Yeah, that's the end of my stories.
Nice. They were good research there, man.
Yeah,
well
nice.
Done. I wanted to say, what are your thoughts on the kit, the Team GB kit?
Yeah, a little flick through this just before we started.
Yeah,
I think I like it. Am I buying all the gear? I'm not sure, but when you see the bobsleigh team in their kit, you're like, yeah, that looks cool. And the freestyle skiers with the baggy. Everything's baggy. It just looks cool on those people, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Any items?
Yeah. My first thoughts on the full body, I think that must be the skeleton and the bobsleigh crew. They look a bit like Tron.
Yeah.
I guess they always might look like that, but I think it was just like the lines they had on it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I tell you what,
pretty cool.
I do like.
I'll wait to see it on the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I do like is the team backpacks you can buy. I remember London 2012 again. I bought a London 2012 backpack, and then I just thought everyone would think I was an athlete. So I think that's quite a nice thing to buy if you want to, get a few head turns.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Nice. What about the mascots? Have you seen the mascots this year?
I have not seen any mascots.
Yep. You haven't seen Tina and Milo, the two cheerful stoats.
The stoats.
They look nice. They look like fun bunch, Tina, the lighter one, is for the Winter Olympics. Milo is for the Paralympics. So I think they're meant to be brothers and sisters, but beautiful little creatures. They look a friendly bunch.
Do you think they're sons? Do you think they're sons of Olympia? Siblings of Olympia?
They will be. But then I wanted to ask, do you have any favourite Olympic mascots?
I mean, I do actually remember the Sydney Olympics, and I do prefer mascots that are actual things in real life, not just generic random shapes. And I think Sydney had like a platypus.
They had Sid the platypus.
Yes, Sid. I had a sticker of Sid the platypus.
Yes. And how did we get those stickers? Did someone go?
Gran got them, and I think she might have had them sent from her pen pal in Australia. I could be making that up, but anyway, they arrived. Very cool.
I think that's the link there, Gran.
Yeah.
And her pen pal. Shout out. Yeah, we had Sid the platypus, Ollie the kookaburra, Millie the echidna.
Oh,
I remember being a big fan of those guys.
Yeah.
But there have also been some terrible mascots. I want to quickly go over these. This is the first time that we're using this podcast recording setup, so I'm not sure if we will be able to flash images on the screen for our video viewers.
I'm looking forward to you describing these.
We will try. I've just got notes, but I can try and get the pictures up. Anyway, I just wanted to draw attention to 2006 Turin. They had Winter Olympics. Their mascots were Snowball and Ice Cube. Yeah. Yeah, snow and ice. Oh yeah, how did you come up with that one?
Yeah,
how long did that
probably
take?
Paid someone a lot of money for that. And what should we call them?
Like that yeah. Oh crap. I feel like
they actually called Snowball and Ice.
Snowball and Ice Cube. It feels like the day before the Olympics, and they're like, "Oh wait, we're going to reveal the mascots," and they're like, "Oh shit, mascots." Then in 1998, there was the snout. I can't even say it. Snowless, which I think they're meant to be like owls, but they look like they've been drawn by kids. It's just like these like drawings of like. No, they're no good. 94, I think I've got down here, another Winter Olympics. It's just two humans, two like Swedish looking. I don't know. I haven't written down where the Olympics was, but I just put 1994.
1994. That was starring Gruben. That was his Olympics.
Yeah, well,
I still don't know what it was.
Mascots as well.
Yeah.
But then there was London. Let's go back to London. Do you remember the mascots for London?
And Mandeville.
Wenlock and Mandeville.
Yeah, how could I forget?
Do you remember what they were? Do you remember what they were?
A gold cyclops. I don't know. He had one eye. One of them had one eye.
That they both had one eye.
Okay.
So we got Wenlock and Mandeville were the official mascots for the 2012 London Olympic and Paralympic Games. Unveiled in May 2010, they were designed as futuristic one-eyed figures made from the final drops of steel from the Olympic Stadium's construction.
I love the backstory.
Drops of steel.
See, that's what we're talking about. You need some, you need some backstory as even if it's a stretch, not snow and ice.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe Snowball and Ice Cube had a rich lore that I haven't researched, but just hilarious that there was just a snowball and an ice cube.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You're better than that. The eyes of the world are watching. How many? Was it 2 billion people watched the Winter Olympics and you've gone for Snowball and Ice Cube?
At least everyone understands it.
Everyone can relate. It breaks the language barrier.
Okay. But I do like the stouts. Well, I do. I'm in favour of the stouts.
The stouts. What's the point of stout? Stout. I am partial to a stout, though. Right. Well, let me transition now into a less amusing topic. Get the laughs out of the way, which isn't the best transition we've had all episode.
Okay.
But
back in the room.
I'm going to now move on to the Winter Olympics. We've just been talking about it. A lot of good stuff there. Nice stories, nice mascots.
Yeah.
Going along a while, but will it continue? Is this the end of the Winter Olympics? Why? Because where's it happening this year? Milan and Cortina d'Ampezzo. Sorry about the pronunciation. But it's been 70 years since it was there in Italy. And since then, temperatures in this town have warmed by 3.6 degrees. So we're talking global warming, changing climate. And this is a problem for the Winter Olympics when so much of the games is based on snow and ice. Exactly. That's an idea for a mascot. Basically, temperatures are going up all around the world. Cortino, the town, has now had 19% fewer freezing days annually than when it was first held there. So temperatures are going up. They're above freezing now, which is difficult for snow. And there have been studies to show like how many host cities in the future could host the games if things keep getting warmer. And it's gone from like 93 potential sites to it's going to be like 52 in 2050. So it's like halving the number of places available. And the way they're getting around that is by using loads and loads of artificial snow. So one estimate from The Independent this year saying they might use 1.6 million cubic litres of water to make snow.
Which in itself is not great for the climate.
No, obviously there's lots of energy involved in that, loads of infrastructure to make it. I mean, 1.6 million cubic litres is hard to even imagine, you know, when they put out these figures of weights of gases and you can't really imagine it, but it sounds like a lot.
And where do they even get that water from? Like, do they just pipe
this
it up
is the
there?
thing as well. Not only do you need to make fake snow, you need to get it to altitude because they're spraying it on the mountains. So they've been doing stuff like carving out lakes and wet reservoirs up to store water in the mountains that they can use to turn into artificial snow, which is pretty crazy. And just the use of it is a bit, what's the word I'm trying to think of here? It splits opinion. There's a better word. They're controversial. Thank you. It's a bit controversial because of how artificial snow is like made, basically. So it's been used a lot. It was first used in the 1990s. Like it was used in 2010, 2014, in Beijing, 2022. They apparently used over 90% of the snow in the games was artificial snow.
I mean, that's crazy. Without it, it's just there is no games.
No. And I mean, yeah, I'll get into it. But like, if 90% of the snow is fake, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, we're just like,
why are we here?
Yeah. I mean, it's got to lead to a serious discussion where it's like, well, if these countries don't, it's going to be very, again, controversial. Remember the word this time. But like, if a country doesn't have the snow, it can't host Winter Games. And if that comes to a point where then it's like just going to be a certain handful of countries, that is going to be difficult because it's a big economic boost to these places, isn't it, to host the games?
Yeah.
And if it just means that, I don't know, Canada has it every time, or God forbid Russia, I don't know where the cold places are, but it's going to be difficult. But anyway, artificial snow, apparently, the structure of it is different to natural snow. Obviously, natural snow like forms in clouds, comes down as beautiful snowflakes, whereas artificial snow is far more dense. There's less air trapped within the structure of the snow, and therefore it's harder and icier. And this is more suitable, some people would argue, for certain sports like downhill skiing. It's much more slippy and stuff like this. But other sports, it's going to be difficult. I've got a quote here from Laura Donaldson. Well, not a quote, but I've got the gist of what she said. Laura Donaldson, who's a British freestyle skier, told BBC that the snow, she does like the half pipes to tricks and thing. So if you're using artificial snow that is up to 70% ice compared to natural snow, which is 30% ice, basically the walls of this pipe and the floor are like so much denser and icier than natural snow, then if you fall at height and you land on that, you're just falling on
concrete,
rock solid ice.
Oh, so poor ski jumpers as well.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
And I always think about like records and things, and obviously if it's like slippier and denser, you're going to go faster on it.
Yeah.
So people are definitely going to go quicker. I'm not sure how like records work in some of these like downhill events because they're on different mountains each time. So it's going to be different than track sports and stuff. But you're going to go quicker. Times are going to go quicker, and then maybe accidents when they do happen.
There's
could
more
be
risk.
A lot. Yeah, you're going faster. You're landing on harder stuff.
And let's remember, some of these sports, they're wearing skin suits. There is no protection. Well, you got your helmet, but you see some of these falls, they're pretty terrifying. So you want a softer landing if you can get it. You want some pow.
Yes. I mean, it's like, I think we mentioned this in episode 3. Something like that accidents do tend to be rare in some of these sports like skeleton and bobsleigh. I mean, the jump, I don't know, what do they call that ski one?
Literally
mega jump?
the ski jump.
The ski jump. That is crazy. Right? If something goes wrong there.
Yeah, you lose control.
It doesn't really matter what
splat.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're falling on. But I mean, if I was an athlete and I was going to some of these games and I knew now that I'm racing on this stuff that's quicker and harder, it would definitely be a worry.
Well, this just doesn't affect just the Winter Olympics. This is skiing as a sport in general, because now people book in holidays. I think you can get insurance, snow insurance or something now. There's not enough snow. Resorts are getting more of these snow guns. It's not as nice to ski on, but they need to open because there's so much riding on opening. It's affecting the whole snow sport economy, I suppose.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there was towns that are built on these resorts. Do you know what I mean? It is what keeps these towns going. And if you were to lose the snow, you lose the skiing, lose the tourists. The town's gonna be in trouble.
So let's enjoy it. Crazy. Let's enjoy it while we have it, I guess.
Yeah. I've got just a couple of other things. So I just want to say the International Olympic Committee has promised to halve its emissions by 2030 and be carbon neutral by 2040. How
good luck with that.
Is that going to happen? Yeah. If 90% of the snow used in the Winter Games is water artificially produced, and there's all sorts of risks as well. So I'm just going to I think this is interesting. The viewers may disagree, let us know in the comments, but apparently artificial snow as well needs to stay below freezing for it to stay for the state structure where snow can be above freezing normally. So it's like you can spray it all on there, and if temperatures go up it melts.
Got to do it again,
and then you've got and then it's more at risk. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got all this water coming off, melting, and then there's all this water that shouldn't be up in the mountains that you're pumping there artificially. And if the conditions aren't right for snow, and you're just jumping all this snow up there, all this water runs off the mountains, can cause erosion. It's going to impact like plants and wildlife and stuff in the mountains. Whoa. It's a pretty crazy,
it's a complex situation. It's all big domino effect,
and it's going to get talked about more and more. I'm sure there's going to be discussion as the Winter Games goes on about this.
That was super interesting. So not a sport to bank on, not to put a sport for your youngsters to get involved in then, because you might get really good and there's going to be no Olympics, or just get really good at skiing on artificial snow, and then you're fine. So thank you for that, George. I think that's
no problem.
Very interesting. Should we go to something lighter? This is
let's
a feature.
Finish off with some fun.
Feature that we trialed in episode 3. We've had no feedback because it's not out yet. So anyway, we're going to try again before the bad comments come in. So podium picks. It's essentially, I will give you some sort of ranking question situation, and you need to pick out your gold, silver, and bronze. What's your best? What's your middle? What's your worst? So as we're doing about the Winter Olympics, podium picks. So I want to talk about. We've talked about speed in the Olympics, and there's a lot of sports that are fast. So out of these 3, who's going the fastest? Downhill skier.
Damn, so this is like actual, there's an actual right answer.
There's a right answer here.
Right.
A downhill skier, the skeleton, or the 4-man bobsled. Rank from fastest to slowest. And I'm doing this on not world record speed. I'm doing this on the average speed that this person might get to.
So we've got downhill skier, skeleton, and the 4-man bobsled.
Correct.
I think the fastest, so in gold position, I am going to go for the 4-man bobsleigh team. I'm thinking the weight, 4 of them, the sleigh, they're going to gather speed quite quickly. I'll go for that. I think I remember the skeleton from our previous research did like 80 kilometers an hour. I don't know. I'm going to say silver, the downhill skier, and skeleton in 3 with the in bronze position.
Are you locking?
Lock it in, please.
Okay.
I'm locking it in.
The answer is, you weren't far off, but fastest, you said 4-man bob. The 4-man bob, the actual fastest is the downhill skier. They'll regularly hit speeds of 90 to 100 miles per hour. The record for downhill ski is actually 158.7 miles an hour. I don't think that was
100 and what?
58.7 miles an hour.
Miles an hour. The downhill skiing.
I don't think
but
that's
they're-
in a race environment. I think that might have been some sort of like,
Oh my!
but they're regularly hitting 90 miles an hour. So that's 90 to 100 is downhill skier. These are all very close. Second place, you said, was downhill skier, but it's actually the 4-man bob. The around, a little slower.
Let me just check the speedometer. Oh, a little slower. We good.
About 87.
Okay.
It's really
So
close. It's really close.
Yeah.
This is why this is, and then last is skeleton. So they're like 75 to 80 miles an hour regularly. But the world record for the 4-man bob was 97 miles per hour. World record skeleton is 90.96 miles an hour. So, but I reckon you'll feel the fastest maybe in skeleton, even though you're technically going the slowest, but you're hitting 5 Gs in skeleton, which is like what a fighter pilot might experience. And people pass out on roller coasters of Gs of like 4. So,
oh my life. And the skeleton is head first. You're inches off the ice and you're going 5 Gs, 90 miles, 80 miles an hour, whatever. If you pass out, you die. Like you
just fly straight out of that tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
And then I'm just going to do another quick one. So if you were to do, between ski jump, a downhill ski run, Olympic downhill ski run, or the skeleton, you're doing it tomorrow. You're doing one of them. You're going in cold, right? And I think this is interesting because you don't ski and you obviously don't do ski jump and you don't do skeleton. So you're a novice, complete amateur. Which ones rank these from?
So gold would be the one that I want to do, or think I would do best.
Yeah.
So it's ski jump, downhill ski, and the skeleton.
Yeah.
Good God. Well, the ski jump would have to be bronze because surely if you have never done that before and you don't ski again, you die. If you,
you could just topple off, roll over the edge.
Yeah,
there is just a sheer drop anyway.
I'm pretty sure there is quite. I don't think it's
it's high. Probably like falling off a building.
Yeah, and is it artificial snow? I'm gonna put that in at bronze. The skeleton will have to probably be next because that would just be so scary. And like, I doubt there's brakes on it, right? It's just a piece of metal. So it's not like you can really. God, that would be so scary.
Yeah.
No, I won't. And then I would do the downhill ski. I'd like to think I could give that a go. I think I could snowplow.
Just scooch down on your bum.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
So there you go. I think that's a nice little podium picks.
Podium picks. Podium picks. We should work on a jingle for that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything to finish off?
Well, should we just
bring this
finish
baby in
with a question? Our first listener question coming in here, and let's see if you actually. I'm going to say this word for word. It's quite difficult to understand. So let's see if you understand the question.
Who sent it in? It's blood relative.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
In what sport? So this is just a question. This is almost a quiz question. In what sport did Great Britain win the first 4 gold medals at the first 4 Olympic Games that this sport appeared? So from 1900 to 1920 was when this sport was introduced. And for the first 4 games, Team GB won the gold. After that, they never medalled again, and they didn't even qualify for that sport until 2012 when we were hosts. So what sport were we amazing at when it was introduced and then stopped being good at all?
Yeah, difficult to understand, but we got the first 4 Olympic golds, then didn't ever qualify again until 2012.
Then everyone realised, let's try this sport. We're way better than the actual leaders.
To be honest, I don't have any idea, except I do remember hearing that Britain once did get the gold in ice hockey fairly early on.
This is all Olympics, by the way,
Winter Olympics
and summer.
Oh, summer as well.
Yeah,
I'll go with what I thought. I remember reading once that we got gold in
ice hockey.
Ice hockey.
It's not ice hockey. The answer is
damn it,
water polo.
Water polo.
Yeah, when it was introduced in 1900, and actually it was the first ever team sport to be introduced to the Olympics. Apparently, I will fact check that, but yeah, we were very good at it. And then I think countries like Hungary are good at it now, I think, from what I know. Yeah. But this came in from my friend Toby, who is a very good water polo player. And when we were talking about good sports to, water polo people are strong, hard as nails, good athletes, can hold their breath for ages. They fight underwater, don't they? Pull at whatever they can hold on to. So that's our first question.
Yeah. I mean, the question to ask would have been, what was the first team sport to be introduced to the Olympics? I think that would have been a clearer
easier
question
to understand.
Yeah. But thanks for that, Toby. Keep them coming in. Appreciate you listening.
Yeah. And I think,
there we go. Episode 4 in the bag. Winter Olympics on the way. Exciting times. Follow us on social media at Sons of Olympia Pod. Keep the comments coming in. Give us 5 stars reviews on Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Nice. We'll finish there.
Okay. See you on the next one.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye now.
Bye.
Ta-ra.